he was asked about WWE counter programming, and Tony said, well, I think we're going to put on a great event. We have to focus on putting on the best event we can with the best wrestlers in the world. So that's a lot of fun. So we're going to have a great show next Saturday afternoon. We're very focused on what AEW is doing and the AEW fans, and I think that served us very well. I'm paraphrasing here because I'm Tony tapped out, man. The pre-AEW All-In media call with Tony Khan is about to begin. So they did a full recap. He was asked about the lawsuit against Moxley and safety protocols. Khan says they all work together on safety, and it's a family of wrestlers, staffers, and fans to make the shows great. He doesn't comment on anything about the lawsuit. So, hey, this guy can't pick up his kids because Moxley hurt his back and he can't work. What do you have to say about that? Oh, we're a great family and everything's great. You, man, if that was Vince or Triple H, people would be like crucifying him, you know, burning him at the stake. He was asked about Monet's level of creative control. He says, I'm the only one who has creative control. Previously mentioned NYE resolution going to 20. The only things he believes in and not be talked into as things he has dragged to the finish line on often don't work. The only person to blame is himself. So he's at least saying put the blame on me, which is the right thing to do as an owner. Khan said he's worked with Mercedes, Peppermint, Storm, and RJ City on this angle, but he has the final say. That's the problem. That's too many chefs in the kitchen right there. Asked if annual event at North American MLB Stadium could take place given the True Media Company's relationship. Khan says that the momentum with AEW continues. They could do that eventually with True Media. Khan says he has never said he's retiring the Continental and International titles. So goobery. We covered that. He was asked about surprises in the Casino Gauntlet. He said expect a lot of focus on the talent fans have seen. So what did I tell you guys? It'll be maybe like a Giovanni Vinci or like one of these, whatever, Alba or Isla Dawn or Sade, but then she's like signed to Ring of Honor and it's just like a one-off, you know? Don't expect it to be too crazy. Why? Because Tony Khan, where are the surprises? Like there's no big surprise guys are going to come in and mark him in for a bunch of money. And WWE's making sure that doesn't happen either. So he's tapped out, and that's all really AEW had. He's asked about cross-promotion possibilities with MJF and Happy Gilmore too. He didn't directly answer, instead focus. Like, how many times are you guys going to say he doesn't directly answer? He just skirts the issue and beats around the bush. Fucking Tony Khan. Look at Carlos Silva just flat out answering questions. Tony's always like, oh, it's kind of a mystery. I don't know. I know, but you don't know. Proud that MJF can get roles like that. He's asked to comment on conflicting reports on Britt Baker. Said he's never had a conversation with her. He's asked about whether there was an idea of putting Athena versus Thunder Rosa on All In. He says to expect both women to be a part of Super Card of Honor. He's really putting Thunder Rosa and Athena on Super Card of Honor. Oh my God. And All In. So they'll just be throwaway nothings in the Battle Royal. Khan said due to injuries, he's had to make some changes to ROH Super Card of Honor. With the women's division, Hayter's longer than expected absence resulted in call-ups from ROH like Queen Aminata. Then why don't you treat it like NXT? Why don't you treat it like NXT? He said injuries affected the women's pure title tournament as well, one of which is the women's TV champion Red Velvet. Khan said he thinks Velvet will push through the injury but can't defend the title. Khan said the one ROH event scheduling change was a positive one. He denies any discussion of Super Card of Honor being held in Las Vegas. So he just denied and didn't answer pretty much, and then took ownership on if anything doesn't land. But then, so nothing lands, and then Dave Meltzer says he's Booker of the Year. Tony speaks on international expansion. He says, this year we've expanded into great new places with our first ever event in Mexico and our first event in Australia. No, you didn't really expand there. You just held events there that everyone got mad about. I want to continue expanding into new territories and going back to these places that have been really successful, like Mexico and Australia. There's a lot of momentum and positivity around the locker room. I heard morale was low around All In, but then I hear at the Mexico show, it's like all positive and shit. It's all like cookies and shit and sunshines and rainbows. So who really knows? I hope there's high morale. Just people are going to clown this All In show for being tarped off really badly on Saturday. All Out in Toronto has distributed 8,000 tickets. They're set up for 9.7. And you guys remember, like, AEW, man, they're pulling the whole fucking, like, oh, maybe Taylor Swift will show up. And then they're jumping on fucking Kendrick Lamar's nuts, and maybe he'll show up with Swerve at All In. Could you imagine if he gets Kendrick Lamar blah, blah, blah. Now we have Ricochet throwing this out there. Hey, Drake Crody, we gonna be in Toronto, Sept. I can pull some strings and get you some comp ticks, my guy. Pop up. Like, just hopping on everyone's nuts trying to fucking... Drake ain't gonna pull up there either, dude. He was at a fucking WWE show and didn't want to make it public. He ain't going for Rick-a-stink. Scorpio Sky returned on... Good to see him back. And he's just with Top Flight. What the fuck? And now Chris Daniels manages Top Flight with Layla Gray, and they just stick Scorpio Sky with Top Flight. What the fuck? That's crazy, man. And then he just randomly enters Anthony Bowens' challenge. And I mean, not Bowens, sorry, Max Caster. And Bowens has had a good little run. He's getting, he's had a reunion with Billy Gunn there or whatever. But Caster has a good little run of like him losing and shit. Red Velvet says, not the news I wanted to share. I won't be cleared to compete at Supercard of Honor due to injury. We saw that. The whole tournament's fucked. Here's Darby Allin on Shark Week on Discovery. So shout him out.
All right, Luke, you're going to teach me how to dive with sharks? I'm going to teach you a wrestling move.
Do it.
I'll give you it, and then you'll give me in return.
Okay.
All right, let the deep chin.
Hey-ya! Hey-ya! That's pretty hard.
Okay, that's pretty hard. Now let Gunther do that. Fucking 100-pound Darby when he's on a skateboard. Fucking...
So what's the trick? Chop, open your hand.
Yeah, just don't hit him in the throat. All right, let's switch.
Okay, switch side.
All right, ready?
Yeah, right.
You got it. Yeah, you gotta go.
All right. Hey-ya!
No, you're supposed to go woo, and somebody who's not...
All right, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, let Gunther do that to you, though. Or Penta. Like, Jesus Christ, 94-pound Darby Allin with the makeup off. Max will become HBO Max again tomorrow, which is today. Shout out HBO Max. Kenny Omega says there isn't much left of his in-ring career, so he wants to make sure that every match counts, which is fair enough. Get to fucking WWE then, before all's said and done. You haven't fucking drawn shit, Kenny. I love you, but god damn it. The first couple years were good, and then what the fuck? So here's Kenny Omega on The Observer Live, and yeah, let's just hear what he has to say.
Hey, AEW, I do think that we have been a little more grounded on the professional wrestling aspect of what we do on our shows. And again, that's not saying that, hey, we're better or we're worse. That's just how we've found our identity. And of course, we've used special guests. We've used Shaquille O'Neal. We've used Mike Tyson. We've used Snoop Dogg. We've used the Costco dudes. Like it's
all people who've defected. We read this already.
I can still ramp it up. And you feel that way until you can't. And my worry is that we're going to have these young guys with these incredible bright futures who are beating themselves up at an accelerated rate, so that when it comes time to place faith in a particular athlete or performer, and by that I mean put the belt on them, can they hold that belt in a healthy state for the long term? That's always my fear. I mean, I see the writing on the wall for me. You know, I already kind of know where I'm headed. I sort of already know the pace that I need to travel at, the pace that I need to perform at. And I already know I'm not invincible. I
Great show, by the way. I just finished season 3.
Not only had the injury scares, but I've had the health scares too. So I know I've got to be very careful, and I need to pick and choose my moments. But I can't tell. It's just impossible. You can't tell a young person, hey, this is going to happen down the road. Trust you me. Everybody knows it, because I was one of them too. I'd be like, speak for yourself. I'm fine. Everyone just, it's just how it is.
Yeah, I see someone in chat like, give it up. Kenny should never go to WWE. I mean, yeah, people argue that, you know, that they don't, like, what would they do with him? Joe Numba said it best. He's like, so what, this 40-some-year-old curly-haired guy is going to be like, hey, guys, you know? Speaking of guys, and the Costco guys are here. And they're giving away 2 VIP party deck tickets to All In, and I think they're going to be there.
Party deck tickets and make a video with AJ and Big Justice at AEW All In.
So you get to go there and make a video with them. So how much do you think Tony Khan paid them for this shit?
We're giving away 2 tickets, and here's all you have to do for your chance to win.
Just make a short video using our hit song, We Bring the Booze.
In your video, let us know who's your favorite AEW wrestler and why you want to come to AEW All In.
Maybe your favorite is Will Ospreay?
This kid's like, I like the guy with the spike in his back.
Swerve Strickland,
The Hangman Adam Page?
Kenny Omega.
Or maybe Big Boom AJ?
Once you make your video, tag us, tag AEW, and get our attention.
One winner will be chosen at random for 2 VIP party deck tickets.
And you'll get to make a video with me and Big Justice at the All In After Party. Winners will be chosen at random.
So make your videos now and bring them.
Boom! Party deck.
These dudes creep me out, man. I'm not going to lie. Michael Oku has confirmed that he and Amira are not under contract anywhere. Following previous AEW signing rumors, Oku noted that he and Amira would be open to uprooting and moving to the U.S. if they did receive offers from a U.S.-based promotion. Shawn Michaels, scoop them the fuck up, dude. Whoa, all the dirt sheets. See, they tried to fucking get WWE sent off of Michael Oku, and they tried to get them off of Amira by being like, oh, they signed up with Tony Khan. He's like, no, and we're open to any US-based promotion. We would uproot and move, actually. So either he is signed with AEW and he's just hyping himself up or getting people talking, or he could be like, nope, I didn't actually sign with them, and I'm a smart dude, and I could actually go to WWE or NXT. I mean, goddamn. And Michael Oku's that dude. I'm not overly familiar with him, but like the little bit I've seen of him, he's over in the UK. That's for goddamn sure. So again, just 6th grader shit. MJF has a tiny kosher pickle t-shirt. Like, it's just 5th grader shit, man. It's so, like, MJF's going to have to grow out of that to ever go to WWE. Speaking of going to WWE, Ricky Starks had this to say about him getting in trouble, and he's lit as fuck here, dude. And he talks about getting in trouble with AEW for being at WrestleMania 40 for Cody Rhodes. So let's take a listen. They love to snipe me for this pod, but let's take a listen here.
Tell someone, hey, this guy got in trouble, so to speak, for being at his friend's biggest moment of his career. What do you think of that? That's a beautiful thing. Why should I ever get in trouble? Even to this day, I will ride for somebody because that's just in my nature. Yeah. And I will never, ever, ever let a situation like that ever be something that hinders me. Tell someone, hey, this guy got in trouble, so to speak, for being at his friend's biggest moment.
So you guys know what he's saying? Like, he's just ride or die for his friend, and that's good shit. And it's unfortunate he got in trouble. I'd want to get the fuck out of there too, man. That's such goofy shit. And that's what I think FTR said too. Like, they got looks for doing Jim Cornette's pod, and Saint said it before too. He's like, yeah, I went to the Rumble and I come back and someone was like, oh, so you went to the Rumble? And he's like, yeah. And whose fucking problem is it? So Austin Gunn tweets out a picture of the Gunn boys and Juice. And then Billy Gunn quote tweets it and says, do you guys still work for AEW? This is what I mean, man. He's saying that to his own fucking kids. Jeepers. So again, I went off about the creative control stuff. I just won't. Dan Brown's like, so we'll just take Tony Khan's word for it. This is the creative control stuff. So this Ben Hogan guy says, I must admit, I do feel a bit vindicated in what I've said. I will humbly await my apology from Sean Ross Sapp. And then Sapp goes, will I get an apology this week when Tony Khan goes on record saying absolutely no one has creative control? And then he did go on record and say that, but like, why do you need apologies from Ben Hogan 1953? Whatever. Motherfuckers is too crazy mixing it up with sickos, bro. Like, don't worry about what they got to say. But I broke it down. I already talked about this ad nauseum on this episode, but quickly, I just said everyone in pro wrestling has some degree of creative control. This discussion is fucking dumb. RVD said it best. I thought that was the whole point of AEW. Perazzo in an interview yesterday said Monet has more pull and input and can get the writers to clear things. So that's a degree of creative control. In WWE, you're allowed to turn down gimmicks and ideas regardless of where you are on the card. That's a degree of creative control. If it comes down to Monet and like Queen Aminata, Monet gets the final say. If it comes down to Monet or Edge or Omega would get the final say. I really need folks to start understanding how this works. They're independent contractors. At the end of the day, they can say fucking no. If you work at fucking Home Depot and they say climb up there and get that thing, you can say no. You might get fired, but you can fucking say no. Anybody can. Tony Khan tweeted this out today. He says, Machine Head is back in AEW thanks to Bush. Official. Okay, sweet. Then he goes, all in Texas this Saturday afternoon. Dynamite tonight. You wanted war thanks to Sum 41. And it's like, man, you're promoting two different bands. Like, why are you fucking, hey, come watch our show on Max, but go watch shit on Amazon. What the fuck? Hey, we got Bush back. Thank you, Sum 41. It's all over the place. So Vinci, yeah, he's followed by AEW, I believe, or he's followed by Tony Khan, or he's following Tony Khan, who's following him or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I could see Vinci coming in and doing like a one-off in the men's division. Here is AJ again, the Costco guys, Big Justice. How many of these will pay you for 4 posts this month on your Instagram, on your socials, right?
I came to Texas for one reason only, to take down the Callis family. So Don Callis, it doesn't matter if you send Trent Beretta, if you send Josh Alexander, if you send Lance Archer, if you send Harrisero, or even if you send that no good Rocky Romero. Big Boom AJ is coming to the ring right here at Globe Life Field, and I am taking down the Callis family. And at my side will be Big Justice, the Rizzler, all the people right here from Texas.
So in the pre-show, they're just going to parade the Rizzler and Big Boom out there again and try and grift off their social media views and shit, even though no one gives a fuck. Like, who are you marketing this deathmatch shit to tonight? Like, you fucking idiots. These guys talk to little kids on the internet. You guys are trying to, what? Get them excited for a Texas death match?
The people from Texas that I love, the people right here at Globe Life Field. We are coming. We are coming to AEW All In this Saturday, and we are taking down the Callis family. That's right. We're taking down the Callis family. And then my buddy Swerve, my buddy Will, they're going to be taking out the Young Bucks. Then we got our man Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, he's coming to bring the boom. And let's not forget, Hangman Adam.
So you can really tell, like, Swerve, Ospreay, Hangman, Omega, this is their core guys, man. And I do like that Tony's been focusing on them. But do you guys notice he just groups them all together? And then their shit just always overlaps and bleeds over and crosses over. When it should be like, okay, on this part of the show, Hangman should be doing this again. Again, it's because Tony's he's spread too thin. He has way too big of a roster.
Page. Hangman Adam Page will be leaving this building with the AEW Championship. That's right. It's this Saturday. AEW All In. We're coming, and we're coming to bring the boom.
And notice he doesn't say, oh, in a Texas death match, last man standing stipulation. Speaking of last man standing, Jim Ross will be the last man standing on this earth the way he's, survived. And Tony Khan says Jim Ross is an indispensable part of AEW. Well, they said that about him in WWE at one point too, pal. So MJF partnered with Kalen and Kalen to bring you these limited time only kosher pickles, which is a good move. It's smart that he jumped on this, but it's just such a cringe, like, yeah, MJF has a tiny pickle and here's a Texas death match and here's the Rizzler. It's like, come on, man.
Hi, my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but you already knew that. There's been a lot of pickle talk recently. A lot of people talking about the size of my pickle. And I'll have you know,
I'm going to get pulled for Seven Nation Army. What the fuck?
I have a teeny tiny kosher pickle. I do.
Listen, he's selling pickles. I'm not getting fucking yellow flagged for Jack White or whatever. Is that his name, hon? Jack White, yeah. Jack White, more like Jack Off. Am I right, Jack? Is that like your name or is that like what you do? Oh, go. So all in Texas Globe Life Field as of 2 days ago, almost 21,000 tickets distributed, only 3,000 remaining. You guys are going to see the pictures and you're going to see what it looks like on TV. And I am not going to go, oh, is it tarped off, guys? It's a really packed house. I'm not going to do that because it's going to look bad. That's all I can tell you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was AEW News. Round of applause for AEW News.